Hi, it's Steffi from Steffi's Beads and Baubles, and I wanted to show you this pretty little Mother's Day pin I did. It's a floral pin, and I did 3 layers, actually 4 if you count the back. And I'm not doing a full tutorial, I'm just going to show you the materials I used and explain to you what I did. So I cut out 2 pieces of the back. I cut out a green. First I stamped these. I used a stamp pad. And then I had this fondant cutter here. And I stamped these out, cut it out, and then I stamped out of this green, I stamped the back, and I did it on the white side so that it wouldn't show on the back, and that's the piece I used for the back. Then I cut out, I stamped all 3 shapes of flowers, but I decided not to do 3. I took the middle one out. It was just going to be too thick. So I just did the big one and the little one. And I stamped these and cut them all out. Once they were all cut out, I sequined and beaded all the pieces that you see. And you'll notice that I beaded and sequined the whole piece, leaving just a center, a bare center, to go through in the middle. Barely, just enough space for a thread to go through. Then I stitched a little bit of this bottom together to make sure it was lined up, and I came up from the inside, from the green side. So I came up underneath, like here's the 2 pieces. I opened it up, came up through the middle, and you know how I'm always telling you about felt that's very see-through? Let me see if I can show you on this piece. This one's very, very see-through. See how thin that is? A lot of your older felt can be like that. But anyway, I came up, so here's the back and this. I came up through the middle. I came up through the middle here. I tied a knot, went in and out, tied a knot, went up, came back through, then went all the way through this layer and into this layer, coming up in the middle. I added the sequin, which this is a white one, but the same one. Added a sequin, a seed bead, went back down through the sequin, all the way through to the bottom, and then I did a little knot where I go around and around. I go through the felt and loop it this way, and then I go through the felt and loop it this way, pulling it nice and tight. Once that was all done, I finished sewing the edge together. And I also edged each of the flowers in a complementary. I used a dark purple sequin on the front. It's a bright colored, just metallic purple. And I used a purple silver lined seed bead to go over it. The clear did not look good on, the clear does not look good sometimes on the dark. Same with the green. I used a dark green seed bead and I used a dark purple seed bead, and then I used what's called Milky Amethyst Toho, which has an opalescent sheen for the edge of the flowers. That way gave it a little bit different edge, because before I did that, when you stacked them, the purples bled into each other. You couldn't tell there was 2 layers of flowers. So I do recommend, if you're going to do this type of an application, and you can do it with any flower. You can buy tons of graduated. These are also fondant color cutters. I may have bought both of these at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure. But you could use any flower, because really this pretty sharp design went away once you beaded it. So you could just do any. You could even draw a simple flower in 3 different sizes, but it's real easy to find those graduated flowers. But if you're going to stack them, do the edge in a slightly off or totally different color like I did. Otherwise, they kind of blended together and it just looked weird and lumpy. And then before I sewed the 2 backs together, I also applied this pin back. And I simply came up from the back of this piece up. You know, you take this and you put the pin back on here. You come up through the hole and you just do a figure 8. Up through the hole, and then back down, up through the hole, back down, up through the hole, and go back and forth. Then go underneath to the next hole and do the same thing, and then the same thing. Then tie it off on back. It's one of the simplest things you can do. Very, very easy. But I wanted to share this. This is something I've been wanting to make for a long time. I think at Christmas I might try to do a poinsettia one for you. But this would be one you could use for fall, for winter, for summer, for spring. You could do it in any color. I'm interested in also doing it in a bright pink or a light pink. But it was a fun pin to do. And materials then were the sequins, which are set at 5mm, 11/0 seed beads, your choice of felt, whatever color felt you want. Now another way to do this is really pretty, is you can use a dark colored felt and then either a lightly colored transparent sequin or a fully transparent sequin that'll let that color shine through. That's another way you can do this. But you can do, there's really no right or wrong and no way to do it wrong. Any color combination would be gorgeous. I also did use the sequin in the center upside down. I always tell you to do it cup side up. I did it cup side down because on the other side it was just too, it was like a reflective orangey, it wouldn't have been pretty. So in this case I thought it looked better and it looked more like the center of a flower if I put it with the cup side down. You can see how the cup is down. Anyway, so that's how I did it, and I was lucky enough to have the thread, so I used all the matching threads. Now if I wanted this to look better I would have probably used the chartreuse thread, but I just decided since I had the dark green I'd use it. And you know what, it's handmade, it should look handmade, and there's no doubt this is hand stitched. You can see the stitches on the back. And then I was going to show you real quick something I got in the mail. You know, I ordered some watch faces from Blue Bus Dave a while back. Well, he had another small lot, and I paid $4.50 for this little handful of the watch faces and movements. And then he had this wonderful assortment. I'm going to dump them out and show you these wonderful keys. Let me tip the camera. All these vintage keys. And they're just awesome. I fell in love with this one in the picture. I couldn't read it. It wasn't until I got it in the mail. And it's an old resort key. Is that cool or what? Not sure what I'll do with it yet, but it's leather. It's cool. And a lot of the keys look like this. They're this style. I have a few brass ones and mostly silver, but they're all old. And they're just beautiful. So I want to do some fun pendants and things with these keys. But I wanted to share those with you before I ended this video. I just thought they were a lot of fun. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I will put a link to my full ornament beading tutorial in the description. That way, if you are new to this channel and you don't know how to do the technique that I used in putting the sequins and seed beads on, you can watch that. But pretty much you can watch any of my earlier tutorials. When I started this channel 2 years ago, all my original ornaments were full tutorials. So if you watch any of my older ones, and many of my new ones show you how to do the bead work. And then I have one to show you how to do the edging as well. But that's also on most of my videos. But I did a special edging video because a lot of people were having trouble. But I think even a couple of my latest ornaments had full tutorials too. So hope you like this, and I hope you're having a great week and you're all safe and healthy. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. It does help my channel grow, because then YouTube will show it to more people. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button. If you hit the little notification bell, it'll tell you when I've done a new video. So I'll be back soon. Thank you so much. Bye.